Hi guys. Okay, so this video is about if being gay or bisexual is wrong or not. So, I just dyed my hair, so it's a mess right now, but I gotta tell you guys something. So, hi everybody. I'm gonna wait until a few people jump on to start talking. Hopefully the people that just sent me these messages, which is so strange because I'm gonna tell you what's so strange, is that I had this dream. Listen, so when I have dreams, they're not dreams. I'm visiting astral worlds, right? I'm visiting the astral a lot in my dreams, which to some people it might be like a dream, but to me, I know that I'm visiting another place, another dimension where people are stuck doing certain things, right? So for instance, I'm going to tell you guys, this video is about, is being gay wrong? Is it, will you go to hell or whatever? Right. So I visited a dimension last night. I got on at 444. Wow, that's crazy. 333. Wow. Wow. Okay. I visited a dimension last night, right? I was in a whole dimension and it was so vivid that I woke up feeling like I was really there, because I am really there when it's happening. So like I said, I know this shirt is funny. So boobies. So okay, I visited an astral dimension last night. In this dimension, now listen up. Look how crazy this is. So, all right, let me just get back into the dimension I was in. All right. So what happened was, I was going through all these stages to get to this street, and when I got to the street, now when I visit dimensions, and my heart chakra is going off, when I visit dimensions, I'll see different types. Like one will be where people are sad, one will be where people are doing something, another will be where people are protesting, for instance. And they're just dimensions that people are still living in on the other side, in that world. Now in this dimension where I went, I walked through all this stuff to get to finally to a part where there was a bunch of girls outside. A lot of them were black, a lot of them were Spanish, they were white, whatever, they were mixed, right? Now, I'm walking, my ears are ringing now. I'm walking through the street and they're picketing. Like there's a group of girls and they're picketing and they're saying, being gay is wrong, you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna burn in hell. Like they were just picketing, like they were so adamant about this. They had passion about this, like that being gay is so wrong, that you're gonna burn in hell and blah blah blah, being bisexual is wrong. They were saying all this stuff. Now this was in my dream, but remember when I go to dreams, they're not dreams, they're astral visitations. I'm in a different dimension, so I'm seeing people in the state of mind that they're still in the other side, like spirit, I would say. Now, all these girls were like, being gay is wrong. Like they were like picketing and going crazy. And then everyone around us was like some people were ignoring them. Some people were paying attention to them. Some people were going with them. And there was like, I would say about 10 girls in each part that I did this with. So I walked up and like, I'm walking down the street and nobody's paying attention to these people and what they're saying. And I stop and I'm like, wait. Like I chase them up the street. I'm like, wait. I run up the street. I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, hi. I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, we're picketing because gay people, it's wrong and they should go to hell and all this stuff. So that's what they were saying. So I talked to them for like, I'm like what seemed to be in the dream for like 2 minutes. But in reality, if I was talking to someone, I spoke to them for like a good hour. Like I was going around to all these different, mind you, now these were people that were all in like their own little worlds, picketing, right? But I somehow got them all to pay attention to each other. Like they were in their own little worlds. Like, no, gay people are crazy, and blah. But they were like in their own little pockets of the dimension. And so I ran up to the one group, and then other groups started coming towards me, and now all of the groups came towards me. Now I'm in the astral world. I'm in another dimension. This is very clear to me. And what's weird is I wake up today, I look at my DMs and it said, Flo, I get this a lot. Like I've been struggling with being gay my whole life or bisexual. Can you please tell me, will I go to hell and blah, blah, blah. So I had this dimension visit last night. So these girls were all like real, like there was one girl, she was gay, but pretending not to be gay, right? So you could tell she had like dreadlocks. She was like, like the, like the dykey type, but like cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these girls out today that they're gay and they look like boys, but they're girls, but they're so cute. Like, even if you're not gay, you're attracted to them. You know what I'm talking about. So they were all like, oh, being gay is wrong and blah. And so I grabbed like one of them and started talking to her. And then the rest of them like, don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. She don't know what she's talking about. And then another girl was like, wait, I want to hear what she has to say. And like, they were young like us, hip, cool girls. You know what I'm saying? They were chill. And I want to hear what she has to say. So I started talking to her. I'm like, what's wrong with being gay? Tell me something. Blah, blah, blah. Then I started telling her about how religion lies to us and blah, blah. And I'm like talking to her as if it's happening like right here. Like this, I was in their dimension, taking a risk to go down the street where people were being like kind of violent, saying that gay people need to burn in hell. So it started with me telling the one girl that being gay is not wrong and And I was like, I'm bisexual. What's wrong with it? And they were like, you are? And I was like, can you tell? They're like, no, well, gay people don't look like you. They were saying all this stuff, like, you know, random shit they were saying, right? And so I started talking to the one girl, and then they all started coming towards me. Now, all the girls that were picketing saying, being gay is wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. They're stuck in that other side, still doing this, is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, will you go to hell if you're gay? Will you go to hell if you're bisexual? No. Because when you come into this body, your soul was ultimately like a feminine or masculine energy, right? Which is why you have some men who are straight as fuck, but they're very feminine, right? They like fix their hair, they kind of talk like girls, and then you'll be like, he's got to be gay, but they're not, right? And it's because their soul that they reincarnated into, their energy is feminine or masculine, as in I have feminine, masculine qualities more than feminine, right? And I get that a lot when I get around men. They kind of get like a little feminine around me, right? Happens all the time, right? And when I get around women, they like want to fuck me, right? But that's just because I have a masculine energy, okay? And that's okay. Everybody's got a different type of energy to them, right? So what I'm telling you is that in this dimension, when these people were all picketing saying that gay people are wrong and they're going to go to hell, when I spoke to them and I enlightened them in the dream, this is what light workers do. They visit different dimensions in different forms, right? So one of the many things that people always DM me about is, Flo, if I'm gay, will I go to hell? Flo, if I'm bisexual, will I go to hell? So I told the girls, I said, yo, you're stuck here. Like, I was like, you're stuck here. You're not supposed to be here. You need to forgive this and let go. Now, mind you, there was a group of girls. Out of all of them, one of them was like, don't listen to that bitch. Like, she was the leader. Like, she was kind of telling them, like, to keep being hateful and hate gay people and all that stuff. And I was like, no, don't listen to her. And then the one girl who was, like, basically pretending to be straight, and she was, like, picketing with the straight girls, I went up to her and I was like, let me get a hug. And she was like, no. I was like, you're gay. And she was like, what? She's like, no, I'm not. I was like, honey, you're gay. I was like, you're here in another dimension, still pretending to be straight. You're not living your true self. And that's why you're stuck here in this dimension with these idiots picketing, saying this and that. And then what happened was they were all picketing, going crazy. And as soon as I finished talking to them and discussing with them how they're wrong and this is wrong and you're stuck here and you need to be freed and stop hating, guess what? All of the girls, all of them were like, yo, she's right. Let's just get out of here, man. This is stupid. Like, they were like, this is so stupid. Like, as if they were doing that for so long. They didn't even know they were in that world picketing against gay people for this whole afterlife, that they've been there doing that this whole time. And I like snapped something in them, like, wake up. Like, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I'll do that to people. Like, if I feel like they're stuck, like, I'll snap and I'll be like, yo, like, you know, and I'll say like a little like spell word, like, but that's not a spell. It's like, unbreak this, like, from out of the darkness into the light. I'll say that to spirit around me. I'll say it to people. I'll say it to anybody, right? Who I feel is in the darkness and they need to, it's like, wake up. You know what I'm saying? You're like that third eye, like, get that shit awake, right? So these girls always like, yo, she's right. Let's just get out of here. And then one of the girls was like, no, what are you doing? I was like, yo, either you can go with them or just stand here for the rest of, I don't know how long you've been here doing this, but you don't belong here. And I was like, isn't she cute? About the girl who was pretending to be straight. I was like, you know she's gay, right? And they were all like, I was like, so you're all sitting here picketing against gay people with a gay person who's pretending to be straight, and you're allowing her to live. All right, so I'm sorry, that paused for a second. You're allowing her to, the cards are coming in. They'll be here soon. You're allowing her to live her not true self, and you're sitting and picketing against gay people. So, Flo, will I go to hell if I'm gay? Will I go to hell if I'm bisexual? The answer is No. You know who goes to hell? There's not even an actual place that's actually hell. It is a set of mentalities, a set of mindsets. So if there's a bunch of people who like, I hate myself, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, they end up in that kind of same dimension, but in their own little pockets of that hell. Do you understand? There's different aspects. So it's the collective. That's why they say we're all one. So if a collective is saying, I hate myself, I want to die, I hate myself, and then they die in that state, they'll be like in this dark, like whatever seems like hell to them, that's where they'll end up. Okay, I've said it before. If you ever watch Swedenborg and Life and you listen to or read the book Heaven and Hell by Swedenborg, right? He went through like 20 years of a spiritual awakening. He was a huge scientist, and then all of a sudden he started going, what's the question? Girl, I have a question. Number 33 has been following me forever. I see it at least 8 times a day. What does it mean? Because people told me it's a bad sign. It's not a bad sign. You know when it's a bad sign? When you're living a bad life. If you're living your life wrong, then 33 can be an evil number. But everything could be evil or good. So anything that's bad or good is only in the perception of the person. Understand that. Understand, like, just like with tarot and all that stuff, tarot cards and all that. Oh, everything is good or bad if you see it that way, right? If you're a bad person and you're a shitty person, and I'm going to make this example because it's like my best example I can make. If you're a bad person and a shitty person and you think negatively, you draw in negative energy. You draw in negative spirit. You draw in negative anything, right? So if I was doing tarot cards today and I was still in a negative state of mind, I was, let's say 5 years ago, and I was reading for you, then I'd be telling, oh, there's problems here, there's drama. But now I look at it, I'm like, well, I see some issues here, but the thing is, you can work on it if you do this, right? It's all about how you look at it. The number 33 is a Grand Master number in the Freemasons. Yes, it is. But also the number 33 is the number of the Ascended Masters. So the teachers, the Ascended Masters. So either you're being awoken to the fact that you can be a teacher in the future, which could be spiritual, any type, or you need to get some learning from somebody. Somebody needs to teach you something about your spirituality so you can grow, okay? So when I see it, for instance, I'm not teaching, I'm sharing my experiences, but when I do it unconsciously and people are like, you taught me this, you told me that, I'm just sharing what I go through personally, right? So that's an Ascended Master number. So basically it's like a teacher, right? But also if you see it all the time following you and you're doing negative things, it could mean that you're going towards the negative path. Remember, anything that follows you, if you're living your life negatively, whether it's an angel number or not, take that and look at it as the opposite. So if it's like your angels are assisting you, they're there for you, and you're living a shitty life, it's like, your angels are about to give up and you need to change your life. You're getting fucked up. Like, you need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, change. Anyway, the point of this video was, you're welcome. The point, I feel so emotionally challenged, is it either I feel too much or I'm numb. I don't really know what to do. Okay, real quick, Arlo, 1 second. Arlo, gotta get rid of the good or bad concept, okay? Yeah, I was gonna say, RLO, if you're an empath, which means that if you get around people, you feel things, you're sensitive, you could be completely not even feeling your own energy. This could be like something coming from like out of left field. Like you don't notice it, because as empaths, we don't know. Until we know we're empaths, we're not gonna know that there's energies that are affecting our personality or whatever. So if you are an empath, okay, if you are empathic, a sensitive, they call it a sensitive for the spirit world, empathic, psychic, any of that stuff. If you don't know it and energies affect you, what's gonna happen is you're going to, no, come on. Okay, so I'm sorry, it keeps freezing, but it's okay. So I love you too. I love you guys too. I love all of you very much, and this is why I stick with you guys all the time and letting you know. Okay, so if you are an empath and you don't know it, you'll figure it out by knowing this. When you get around certain people, let's say even in your household, if someone else is in a bad mood, you all of a sudden get in a bad mood, you're empathic, okay? If you're out, let's say, in a social situation, empathic people, I have gone to parties and got inside and been like, I want to leave. got it all dressed up, did my hair and my makeup for 2-3 hours, been there, and like I had to leave. Like, you know, the only time I didn't notice how I was feeling was when I was like drinking, or, you know, because that lowers your vibration, so you're on everybody else's level. So if you're in a club and everybody's drunk and you're not, chances are, as an empath, you're gonna go, I gotta go, I gotta go, and I've done that so many times where I've gotten dressed and I went all the way to the city, drove an hour, got there. Especially now, because I don't drink and I don't do drugs and I don't smoke and none of that. If I go somewhere right now and I feel energy is off in any form or another, I will leave. I don't care if I spent $1,000 to get there. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm leaving. And most of the time when I'm uncomfortable, it's for a reason. Something happens. And like the one time I went to the city, I wasn't feeling right. Everybody was mad at me. Okay, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm not talking while it's pausing, so you're not missing anything. Like, I went to the city one time with like 5 or 6 people. We drove there. I drove, obviously. And we got all dressed up. We spent money to get there. We did this, we did that. And then I was like, I want to leave. We can't go in there. And they were like, yo, are you serious? Like, I bought this dress. I thought that they were all complaining. I was like, yo, whoever don't want to leave with me, you could stay here. And one girl did stay. She stood and she was like, I'll take the cab home. I don't care who else is staying with me. They were like, I'm not staying, bro. I'm leaving. So I was like, we'll just go somewhere else. Let's just go to a bar or something. We don't have to stay here. And they were like, fuck it. Let's just go with her, man. Let's just go. Like, you know, and then one person in the car thing out, she was like, yo, if she has a bad feeling about this, I'm leaving. And the other people were like, I know, but damn, come on, let's just go. And then we left. And like an hour, I'm not kidding, an hour later, there was literally a kid got stabbed, like in the neck. He got his, you know that the $150, he got that done. Another girl got hit in the head with a bottle. Some girl got hit in the head with a fucking shoe. The shit was in her head. Like, you know, right here, like she almost died, like for real, because this is your temple. So there was like all this drama, and it wasn't outside of the club. It started inside, then it went outside. There was a shootout. It was like a murder scene, for real. And we left, and we heard that shit not even like, probably 2 hours later, we were at the other bar, and the girl was like, yo, look. And then the girl that was there, she texted one of us and was like, this is what just happened, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, I'm scared, and help me. And we're like, bitch, we're like 3 hours away. We told you to come with us. You know what I'm saying? Always listen to your gut, like, and especially as empathic people, right? And then, so that's the thing. If you're empathic, you're not feeling your energies, you're feeling other people's energies. And I do this when I feel that, I'll clear and ground. So like, let's say for instance, I'm home. My mother, she gets sick a lot, you know. She'll get nauseous and these things will happen, and I'll be fine in my room. Then I go downstairs and I'm like, I don't feel good. I'm like, I'm nauseous. She's like, me too. And I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, I got a headache. She'll be like, me too. And it's not a coincidence. It's just that I'm feeling her energy. And so, like right now, I'm feeling spirit, my nose gets itchy. You know what I'm saying? There's signs. Like, let's say you're sensitive to spirit. Some people will get itchy, some people will get hot, some people will start fidgeting and get uncomfortable. Some people pick their face, some people pick their body. It's like a lot of different ways, you know, like you'll get sharp headaches. That happens when spirit's around and their energy is very heavy. But because I first of all learned and know that it's spirit around me, and I know even when I'm laying in my bed and I feel my whole left side's just cold, I'm just like, oh, you're hugging me, okay. And I go to sleep instead of being like, I'm scared, oh my God. Like, you know, depends on the energy. If the energy feels wrong, I see right now, because I'm so much in the light. Listen, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I'm in the light as far as like my spirit. My spirit's in the light. I don't see darkness. I'm not, you know, and even if darkness comes my way, I look at it, I examine it, and I move forward. I push it to the side, okay? It's not even that serious for me anymore. I used to like be afraid because I was doing dark shit myself. Well, I mean dark shit, you know, like not living like truthful and doing all that stuff, you know, and that shit brings negative energy to you. So, you don't suffer from migraines, you suffer from spirit being around you. And so you need to tell them to please back away because they're too heavy on you. So, especially in your home, Charlene, there's a lot of people around or whatever, you know, you gotta clear and ground. Meaning if you feel that way, go outside, I understand. Some people are like, bitch, I live in the hood. I'm not taking my shoes off and standing outside. Okay, so take your shoes off and just wear your socks. Just stand on the earth and just ask the earth to help you ground. Like, I'll do that over here. I'll go outside. If I'm really feeling like that, I'll go outside and I'll take my shoes off and I'll just be like, Mother Earth, help me ground, help me stabilize my energy right now. I know that this is not my energy. I know that. I can feel it. Thank you. And I'll know it, and then boom, it goes away. It goes away. Sometimes when I'm in my house, I'll have major headaches. As soon as I step outside and take a walk or take a drive with someone, it goes away. You know, people need to start really waking up to the fact that this is a spiritual world we live in. It doesn't matter if you're just human. It doesn't matter if you're a human and you don't know. You're just not remembering, hun. You're not remembering. But when you remember, at first, people start with the conspiracy theories, going down the rabbit hole. The government sucks, blah, blah, blah. That's how it starts. Because you see, when you wake up to spirit, when you wake up to the spiritual nature of yourself, the first thing that happens is the shadow work. You have to get rid of all the darkness to step into the light. So you'll start looking at how the government's fucked up and everybody's going crazy and the world is crazy and poor kids and blah, blah, blah. And you start feeling that way. And this is like the stages of a spiritual awakening, I would say. With me, it was, it started with like seeing everything going wrong in the world and why am I here and what am I doing here? But when you're a light worker, a starseed, an empath, that's exactly what your job is to bring light to the darkness, because there has to be darkness. We're never going to get rid of darkness fully. You can't. It's impossible. The balance, you need darkness for the light to occur. You need the light for the darkness to occur. If one or the other dissipated, there would be no point for human nature to exist, because if we're learning initially to get out of the darkness to get into the light so that our spirit could ascend, if we came here as light beings, we wouldn't be here. We'd be light beings up in the sky, up in wherever our heaven is, just being light beings. We're here for reasons. We're here because our soul has reincarnated numerous times. There's no reason nobody's getting punished. You chose these lifetimes. You could easily be like, after this, you know what? I choose to learn lessons in the astral and the spirit world. Like, you know, but when you get there, it's harder. So if you don't right away when you pass go straight to the light, what happens is some people remain in the darkness. They stay lost souls and they're stuck in these like repetitive, that's why they say break the karmic cycle, because no matter what, I'm just going to say, I fully believe and faithfully believe that even if you were living a bad life or whatever, I believe that you still get a second chance on the other side. But if you were living such a bad life here and such a dark life here, it'll be harder for you to go to the light. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's good to get things ready and done while you're here, because nobody is being punished. I, as a light worker, can tell you that God is not punishing any of us. I can promise you that. And you don't have to believe that, and that's okay. Everybody has a choice to believe you're going to hell, you're burning out. No, honey, no. Why would God make us? God, goddess, whatever. Why would they make us like to come here and to punish us? I don't understand. We punish ourselves constantly. We constantly tell ourselves we're no good. We constantly tell ourselves I'm going to go to hell for doing this. I'm going to go to hell. The guilt and the shame is the number one thing. Like I'm reading the Gnostic texts, and I'll show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys because I think you guys should get this, like really should get it, okay? I'm reading this, and it's not even about religion or none of that. It literally doesn't say anything about religion in here, and it's the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Judas, and the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. And there's a part where Thomas says, Jesus says, the disciple asked Jesus, so what if our heaven, like when will we ever get there? When will you return? And he says, okay, so I'm gonna read you something here from here. He says, I'll return to you when you let go of guilt and shame. Basically he's saying that the reason why people are hi Mike, the people are always in darkness is because they believe it, right? They believe that they're in darkness, and then they stay there, okay? At one point I believed I was in darkness. I was there. Now I believe I'm fully in the light, and I'm still working to get lighter and lighter. My light shine brighter and brighter, right? And that's what it is, okay? So it says he came first. Okay. Let me just make sure I read the good. Okay. Light and darkness, life after death. Just listen, it's like parables, Light and darkness, life after death. Right and left are inseparable twins. You hearing this? Listen. Light and darkness. Life and death. Right and left are all inseparable twins. Get it? He's saying they all go together. They're like one, right? For the good are not wholly good, nor the wicked wholly wicked, nor is life merely life, nor death merely death. So I'm sorry, every time I want to give a powerful message, this happens. So listen, so I'm going to read this again so you guys understand. Now, light, what I was saying was stop looking at darkness and evil and good. This is what it says. This is what the Gospel of Philip says it, and Thomas and Mary Magdalene. Light and darkness, life and death, right and left are inseparable twins. They're all one. For the good are not wholly good, nor the wicked wholly wicked, nor is life merely life, nor death merely death. Each will return to its primal source. For those who transcend these apparent opposites are eternal. Worldly names are full of deceit. Listen to this. Worldly names, things we named, hell, heaven, blah, 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 are full of deceit and delude our minds. They mess with our minds, so anything, names that we give each other, or that's good, that's bad, worldly names are full of deceit because they are made by men. In the eternal life, nobody talks with their words. They talk with their third eye. They communicate telepathically. How do I know this? Because every time I've had a dream, when I deal with light beings, we talk like this. And we're having a conversation. When I deal with spirit and humans, I'm communicating with them, right? The difference, know the difference. So, but those who transcend meaning transcending, like transcending from a human into a light being, right? Those who transcend these apparent opposites are eternal. Apparent opposites are eternal. Those who can understand that they're both together, transcending, are eternal. Like you're eternal, meaning you don't see light, you don't see dark. You know that you are a being who is full of both light and darkness, but it's up to you to choose which side. So there's no heaven, hell, none of that. It's you. What do you feel about life? How do you feel, right? People live in their own hell. They have their own demons. If you listen to those words, I'm in my own hell. I'm in hell. No, you're in your hell because your hell and my hell probably are not the same thing. Like everybody has different hell standards. Everybody has different heaven standards. Your heaven and my heaven are not the same thing, right? So it's the state of mind that you end up in, okay? So, but those who transcend these apparent opposites are eternal. Worldly names are full of deceit, meaning if you think hell is a bad place, hell could actually technically have been originally known as something good, but man turned it into something bad because maybe they want to say, oh, I don't want to go to hell, I don't want to go to hell, I want to go to heaven. We don't know what they did with the words so that we can continuously want to say that we're in hell or we're in heaven when really we are in another place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is called the Gnostic Gospels. Okay, the Gnostic Gospels, Gnosticism is a religion that was here before the Christianity, like before Christianity. This is the original Christian. This is where Christians got all of their ideals from, just so you know. And they were known to be the ones that can complete a rainbow light body, which they say Jesus reincarnated as the Buddha, as Muhammad, all of them. It was just always the same person. Jesus is not Jesus. Jesus is one soul, keep reincarnating into different religions to teach people different ways to look at things, because not everyone is going to go to Christianity, right? So he had to reincarnate into different religions and different factors so that people can have something that they relate to follow. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Does that make sense to you? Okay. So they muddy the distinction between right and wrong with words like Father, Spirit, Son, life, resurrection, and church. They muddy the distinction. They throw dirt on it, right? They throw dirt on the names between right and wrong with words like Father, Spirit, Son, life, light, resurrection, and church. In the eternal world, there are no such deceptions. One name is never uttered. One name is never uttered. The name the Father gave his Son, for the Son couldn't have become the Father unless he knew his name. Those who know this name never speak it. Truth brought names into being for our sake. The dark powers wanted to deceive man, to confuse his relationship with the truly good. They took good names and gave them to the bad, so that with the names they might bind them. Listen, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Yo, these people are fucking really so sad. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So, listen to this. I just want you to hear this again. Okay, can you listen to this? The dark powers wanted to deceive man, to confuse his relationship with the truly good. They took good names and gave them to the bad, so that with these names they might bind them. Bind them. That's spells, right? You know, the English language is a spell, right? They say it's a spell. So what they're saying here is that from the beginning of time, whoever were the powers that be in the churches, he said the churches, it's said here, my heart chakra is going off. In all these churches and these places, they lie to mankind so that we can say, I want to go to heaven and I want to go to hell. And we don't even know what those words actually truly mean. But what you do know for a fact is what you mean in your heart. So if heaven to you is a beautiful, magical, celestial being, place where everything love and light is in there, you will be okay. This is called the Gnostic Gospels, okay? This is where Christianity got its ideals from, but the Gnostic is supposed to be the true teaching of Jesus. Jesus was a Gnostic light being teacher who was basically a yogic master who went to the mountains to learn meditation and Buddhism. And when they say Jesus was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, he was actually learning, and that's why they don't have any stories of him from the age of something to something, is because he was learning to be a yogic and become a light being, which he got all of his chakras to spin, therefore creating the light body, the rainbow body, which only the Buddha did and only like one other person did. And this whole in history, there was only a few people that really got the rainbow light body. What is the rainbow light body? That's when you get all your chakras to align and spin perfectly, therefore creating a rainbow around you. So your halo right now, as you're working on one chakra, could turn orange, right? And then because you're worked on that chakra and boom, like you worked on your crown chakra, bing, that one turns this color. Then you work on another chakra. But when you get all of your chakras to spin perfectly, creates the light rainbow, the light being, right, light body. Now, mind you, it takes people many soul incarnations to do that, right? Because you have to literally dedicate, like that's a level of dedication that's beyond far measurable than anything that we can comprehend at this point in our lives. However, we can initially one day confront that aspect of our spiritual being, and we can become that type of person. We can become a light being. And so I believe that in this lifetime, I have woken up to this truth, and it's happened to me in other lifetimes, but I maybe did some, I don't know, but in this lifetime, I am trying to get there as fast as possible, which is not possible because actually sometimes I'll sit and I'll be like, maybe I should cover, maybe I should, just fast all the time and do this. And my spirit guides are like, not in this lifetime, Florina, just do what you're doing. You're here for this reason in this lifetime. You've been here, you've done that in other lifetimes. Like we transcend, guys. We transcend. We working. Oh, my ear is We work on ourselves in different lifetimes. However, we're just not just working on ourselves. Sometimes our souls get sent here to work, to help people work on themselves, to wake people up, to enlighten them. Like I said in the dream where all these people were stuck in these dimensions, I was like, hello, you know you're stuck here, right? Like, you need to wake up, hello. And I was like doing like spells on them, like out of the darkness and into the light. And I was like looking at them and casting like wake up spells on them, light working shit. And I was going into the dimensions and doing the light working. They're not dreams. I go to different astral dimensions, okay? Which is why I always protect myself before I go to sleep, because I wake up starving, tired. I'm like, I'm hungry, I'm tired. I feel like I haven't smoked a cigarette in 10 years. Like, it's that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That happens to me in my dreams, right? So the dark powers wanted to deceive man, to confuse his relationship with the truly good. They took names and gave them to the bad, so that with these names they might bind them, put spells on you by lying to and telling you this word means that word means that word, which is why they say, I'm sorry to say this, but they say, like the Catholic Church, when they do like the smoke and all that, we sage and get rid of spirit like that. We don't know what that smoke means that they're throwing on us. We don't know to them what baptizing a child means. We have no clue. We have no clue. But if in our hearts it means something good, then God will forgive. Right? Just like a Muslim accidentally eats pork, it doesn't count. God forgives. Allah forgives them immediately. Why? Because they didn't know. They were unaware, intentionally did not eat the pork, right? And unintentionally. But if they intentionally consume the pork and they go, oh, I don't give a shit, and only those rules were made up a long time ago where they didn't know how to cook pork and all that stuff. Anyway, it's swine, it's the closest thing to a human being, so it's considered a dirty animal. But whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. Manhattan, hi, baby. So what I'm saying to you is, but through grace, so you heard that part, right? And I'm sorry, but this is very important information, because I'm not reading this as a religious text. Don't get it twisted. Florina is not religious. I love all religions. There's one religion is not the right religion. All religions are right and they can be wrong. It all depends on what you perceive of it, right? There's good in everything, there's bad in everything. So no religion is the right religion, no religion is the wrong religion. There's truth in every religion, there's lies in every religion, just like there's truth in other things and there's lies in other things. This is just the circle of life, and you gotta accept it. You understand? But it's your perception, what's in your heart, which is why they say you don't gotta go to no church to be like, I'm Catholic and I'm Christian and I'm Muslim, and then God loves you. Oh, if you're gay, God don't love you? Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? But why did God make me? Because if you ever read any text ever, it says God is the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the all-merciful, the all-forgiving, and the all-loving, right? And if it's a true God to you, and if your God is vengeful and hateful and wants to burn people alive, then your God is not God at all. I'm just gonna let you know that, because God, source, creator of all things, only wants to love us, to cherish us, just like a parent. They might get mad at us for a second. He might take away our angels for a day or two, but then he's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna give you like 1,000 more chances, because God has given me 1,000 of chances. Do never ever get it twisted. Those motherfuckers that follow a God that's talking about, you're gonna burn in hell, you're gonna die in hell, motherfucker, for being gay. That's not God. Don't ever disrespect God like that. I will snuff the shit out of you. Like, you talking about we're disrespecting God for being gay, for thinking differently. Nah, boo-boo, you're disrespecting God for thinking that you can speak for God. Are you out of your fucking mind? I don't speak for God. I look at a person, if they're gay, straight, God, boo, blah, blah, not God. If they're gay, straight, tall, short, ugly, fat, whatever my perception is of ugly or fat or whatever, because everybody has different perceptions. If you are a person who thinks that God is a hateful, vengeful being who just wants to see us all burn in hell, then that's not God, babe. Just gonna say. And it's not the devil either. It's what you're creating in your reality, in your world. And my reality, in my world, everything is love. Love is love. And yeah, there are some darkness that creeps in every once in a while and tries to like smack me in the face and get my attention. I'm like, My guy, I was there and that life is not for me. I was there though. It was fun for like 3 days. And then it got real dark and shitty and scary and it smelled and looked and tasted like shit. And so now that I'm here, you're not going to get me back over there. And so all those darkness energies, they no longer have nothing to do with me because I'm not being in the darkness anymore. So I'm going to tell you how it works. Real fucking simple. Get out of the darkness, get into the light, and the darkness will never see you no more. They cannot go near the light. You understand that? And like I said, I am highly appreciative and thankful for the darkness because there's the dark energies are just doing their job. I always say this. They do their job just like the angels do their job. Their job is to create darkness. The angel's job is to create the light. So let's not put the blame on the darkness or the light because it is all choice is that you have choices. You have choices. Every day I make a choice not to smoke a blunt. Every day I make a choice not to drink a beer. Those are my choices that I find particularly a little bit harder because I, tend to, I'm bored. Let me go smoke a blunt. Let me go, I don't know, go out and chill with some people who are toxic as fuck and we act like idiots, right? Those are my choices that I have to stay away from. Everybody has their own choices. I choose every day not to mix my energy with people, not in love, not in sexual activities, none of that. I choose to stay centered, and if I do step out of the house, I choose to do something that's going to be truthful and respectful and kind and not mean and all that stuff. Soldier, let us see what you wrote. I love your artistic, creative writing and all that stuff, right? But through grace, they remove them from the bad and restore them to good. These dark forces wish to steal man's freedom and enslave him. These powers obstruct man's salvation. For if man is saved, animal sacrifice would end, right? That's another thing. So animals, all these things. Anyway, before Christ, there was no manna. Just in Eden had many fields to feed the flock. Man used much like the beast, but Christ, blah, blah, blah. The dark powers imagine it is by their own self-will that they do what they do. Yet the Holy Spirit secretly does all through them as it wills. This part I circled, right? I circled in my mind right here. And I you see, I had like this right here. Okay. Because this is what I'm trying to tell you. When I was seeing the darkness and all that stuff, I'm going to tell you why. Understand that nothing happens without God's permission. The light is always there. They're watching, but they want to see what you're going to do. Are you going to stay there and that stuff? I have sage, I have crystals, I have Palo Santo in there. The bigger boxes right now have my soap, homemade soap made with love and an intention to clear and cleanse negative energy. I put black salt and Himalayan salt in there so that you can clear yourself in a bath. I have a candle in there, a soap, and crystals. Actually, I think I'm charging way too little for my boxes, but whatever. It is what it is. I try to be fair, but also I'm giving away like $150 worth of product and charging $90 for it. Okay. So anyway, and I also put pre-recorded readings on my website, and I did that for $80 for like a 15 to 20 minute pre-recording because a lot of people can't afford the FaceTime one, and I understand that, but that's a lot of work for me. So yes, I do charge $220 for the hour for FaceTime. And if you can't afford it and you book it, please don't book it if you can't afford it, because one person decided to book her reading and then realized she was broke and then try to make up 100 excuses as to why she don't want the reading from me. And instead of just being like, Florina, I'm broke and I can't afford this reading, she was like, oh, you did that, had me waiting 6 days. It says there, wait is 8 to 10 days. You are not the only one I'm reading, bitch. Right? So what I'm going to tell you right now is, if you can't afford it, don't fucking book it, okay? Because I'm not gonna sit here and play. If you can't afford, and if shit happens, just be real with me. I can't afford it. I need the money. Okay, and I sent the money back to her right away with no problem. Honestly, I'm not that type of person. Just let me know. Be like, come on now, I saw a post yesterday that made me really wake up to this shit too, because I was like, oh, I feel bad charging people and I do sometimes, but then I'm like, wait a minute. But then I look at some of these bitches and they charging like $500 for fucking microblading eyebrows. And I can't charge $220 for an hour and probably way more than an hour session with me to heal you, help you move forward with your soul. Your soul. This bitch is fixing your eyebrows. That's just outer appearance, bitch. Like, you gotta have some nice eyebrows. That's it. I'm fixing your soul. Like, I'm microblading your soul, bitch. I'm putting acrylic in your soul. You have long, beautiful nails in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like extensions in your soul. Permanent fucking tattooed lipstick for in your soul. Like, I'm not gonna feel bad about that no more. These bitches is out here charging $700 for fucking microblading, and I'm over here healing people, doing mediumship, contacting your loved ones that passed on, and I'm feeling bad about it. Oh my God, no. And then I said, you know what? No, I should be charging way more. But the only reason I keep it at that price is because I figure, look, let's say somebody ain't got money, because I know me how I was when I was not like busting my ass working and hustling, right? I would have like maybe like $1,000 saved up, maybe the most, right? And so like I would look at that money and be like, wait, okay, so I have 1,000. All right, this bitch's reading is 220, right? If I got her reading, then I still have 800, and then next week my paycheck comes. That's how I would do it, because I'm a Virgo and I calculate everything, right? So at the end of the day, I try to make it as fair for people as possible. But at the end of the day, like I said, bitches could charge $400 for hair dye and for microblading, then a bitch can charge $220 for healing, and that's being kind. Okay, so I was gonna say that, and I'm glad I saw that post, because I was like, oh, thanks God, because that was a sign from spirit, like, nah, bitch. Okay, anyway, yeah, microbladed eyebrows are like $450 for like whatever the fuck they do. Tattoo your eyebrows on, fuck out of here. I'd rather have thin ass eyebrows and just let God take its course. You know what I'm saying, bitch? $500. Wait, does this come with like a boyfriend? Are you gonna give me a guy? Like, is there a boyfriend that comes along with these eyebrows? Well, if your eyebrows look nice, you might get a boyfriend. Nah, bitch, I can get a boyfriend with no eyebrows. Trust me. Trust me. I don't need eyebrows. I can get a boyfriend with no eyebrows, like deadass, no eyebrows. Hey, boo, and they're still gonna try to holler at me, okay? Like, for real. Bitch. Like, fuck out of here. Saying, bitch, you gonna gain like 30 pounds. Motherfuckers is still trying to hit it. I'm like, you know I'm fat, right? It's like, this bitch texted me yesterday. She goes, Flo, what size t-shirt are you? I want to make you a t-shirt. I'm gonna say, I said I'm a size fat bitch. I said I'm a size. She said, what size t-shirt are you? I said, I literally wrote back, I'm a size fat bitch. She left me a voice message saying, she was like, I had to show you how hard I laughed. So she left a voicemail of her just laughing. She was like, yo, I almost fell off my chair, bitch. I'm like, yo, because that's my size right now. I don't even know what size to tell you, bitch. I'm a size fat bitch. Like, I can't even give you a whole size right now. No, but it's okay. I make fun of myself all the time, but I am, bitch. Listen, I'm a Virgo. I keep it all the way real with myself and others. If someone gained a lot of weight, I'd be like, ooh, what happened? You gained mad weight. Like, and I'm not trying to be mean, but please tell me. But I have that kind of family where we see each other like, yo, you're gaining too much weight. You need to lose weight. Like, that's how we are with each other. And I'm okay with that. I'd rather somebody tell me that, because I like feeling and looking good. But, bitch, you know you're fat when you're trying to tie your shoelaces and your stomach's in the way. Okay? Yesterday, I was trying to tie my shoelaces. I was like, oh, hell no. Oh my God. I was like trying to push my stomach in to go down. You know you're fat when you're taking a shower and you can't reach the back of your shit because your arm is too chubby, so it's in the way. You know you're fat when you're trying to walk through things and your boobs, they don't let you fit into tight places anymore, okay? You know you're fat when you wear sweatpants and you pull them up and you can still see your belly fat in the bottom. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. You crazy as hell. You know you're fat when you... You know you're fat when you're watching a video of yourself and you're like, oh, you're fat. Like, you know you're fat when your picture on your permit. Let me show you, bitches. Fuck out of here. Look at my face. It looks mad fat. Let me show you. Hold on. Get the fuck out of here. I know how fuck I'm really supposed to look. I know my spirit self, how beautiful she is. Let me make sure I don't tell none of you stalker ass motherfuckers my address. I don't want none of you motherfuckers showing up to my crib. And if you are a stalker and you're watching me, bring me some weed. No, I'm just kidding. Wait. Is that... Okay. Look at that. Look at my face. This shit is huge. It's like... Hi, I got my permit today. Like... Yo, you know you're fat when mad dudes try to hit on you, but you don't want to call them back because you know you might have to get naked at some point. You're like, no. What if he sees me like this? I can't do it. Like, come on. That's how you know you're fat. When the flyest man on earth, and when I say ladies, bitch, you would have dropped your panties in 5.321 seconds. Like, no, less 2.43 seconds. A gay bitch would have dropped her panties for this motherfucker. King of the jungle, like, gorgeous skin, hair, bitch. Oh my God, hands, be big, huge hands, tall body, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But I was like, no, I can't, I'm sorry. Like, he was, like, so confused. Like, why? But I'm so hot and everybody wants me. I was like, yeah, but no. Then I looked in the mirror. I was like, yeah, no, not. And if he can't wait for me to lose the weight, then he ain't the one anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? But another bitch was like, Flo, I can't believe you let that dick pass you by. Are you crazy? I'm like, bitch, I'm going to have to get naked at some point or another. And it's either going to have to be real dark in there. I'm going to have to, like... shut the lights off, and then, like, you know what I'm saying, I'll lay in bed, and then, like, I'll push another girl into the room who's skinny and shit, and I'll be like, pretend you're me, don't fucking just, real light moans. You know, I wouldn't moan that hard anyway, because I'm a fucking G bitch. I don't let the motherfucker know he got me, you know what I'm saying? So give him a few, you know, don't fall in love, because, bitch, you're not gonna keep him. I'm gonna push your skinny ass in there, get laid, and you're welcome, and then I'm gonna sneak right in and pull out, and as soon as he's like about to pull out, you let him bust it on your face, body, whatever, and then I'll jump back in the room and I'm like, that was great. And I'll like mess my hair up and I'm like, wow, that was something else. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that was incredible. And then she leaves and she's crying. She's in love with him. Flo, but I think I love it. And I'm going to have to murder her. Call one of you guys up. Like, listen, remember that bitch that I did the old switcheroo with? You know, the Parent Trap move? Can somebody come help me bury her body? The bitch is in love with the man I love. You know what I'm saying? Everyone says they prefer thick girls until I sit on them and they die. My boobs can literally suffocate a guy. I'm like, what did you say, motherfucker? I will fucking suffocate you with my titties, bitch. Yo, everyone says everyone says they love a thick girl until you go out with me in a restaurant. I'm like, can I try the lobster? I'm gonna try some cheese fries. You know what? Let me get some onion rings too. Can I just get regular fries? Because sometimes the cheese fries don't come out right. And just in case I want to have a backup plan, can I get some ketchup and mayo on the side? I want to mix that shit together. Hot sauce. You got hot sauce, sweet and sour sauce? How about some barbecue? Like, the fuck out of here. Dead ass, bro. Like, no, like, bitches, we lift our legs like this, and all of a sudden we got 3 stomachs. I can't do it. I gotta lose weight first. I don't want to have 3 stomachs when I'm laying down. Like, I mean, when I lay down, it looks flat until he starts flipping me around and shit like that. And I just wonder, I'm like, why, God? Why are you, like, putting all the fat into my stomach? Can you go to the back, the butt, like, that part? Like, you gotta stop putting shit in the front of me and over here. Like I already have big arms. Okay, yeah. Are they like loose fat? No, it's like strength, right? Probably knock them motherfucker out real quick. But still, like, can I get some fucking ass? Like, you keep putting them here and my belly, and I'm like, there's something missing back here on the lower part of my back. Maybe you want to throw some excess stuff up in there. Can you do that for me right quick? But no, I had to be smart, incredibly great at making money, incredibly witty and intelligent, incredibly spiritual and incredibly well-versed and great at music, great at poetry, great at art, great at singing, great at dancing, great at acting, great at being a mother, great at being a friend, great at being a spiritual healer, great at being a counselor. Wow, I'm great at a lot of things. Okay, I'm grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you for my flat ass. I appreciate it. You gave me everything but a big butt. I can't. I don't know why I'm complaining. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't trade any of it for an ass. I promise you. Plus, they have places where they do asses right now. I could just take my stomach out and put it into my ass. God's like, you can, bitch. You can. Just go to a doctor, tell them to take that out of your stomach and shove it into your ass. But I'm like, no. I'm afraid that I'm going to be like, I don't know. I'm just afraid of surgery. Like, I'm not afraid of it. I just feel like it's weird. Anyway. But anyway, I think my cards just arrived because I just got a message saying package has arrived. Package has arrived. So I'm going to go check, okay? I tried doing squats, bitch. My fucking right knee. I was like, no. I was like, why? But I don't understand. 100-day squat challenge. I was like, what? Oh, am I supposed to go all the way down? Like, yeah, you have to go all the way down. It's not a squat if you're not going all the way down. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? No. Ooh, your box to come tomorrow, Lena. You called me Lena. I love you. You need the Albanian butt lift. Yeah, it's called fucking cleaning on your hands and knees. You want to have an Albanian butt lift? Come to my house. I'll help you get it for like, I've been cleaning my whole damn life. I still ain't got an Albanian butt lift. So that's a myth, okay? I clean all the time. Clean. Like, I just did my windows for 3 hours. Just one window. You see that one window? It took me like 45 minutes to clean one window right there. And then another 45 to clean that window. Look how nice my new windows look. Oh, man. You had to see before. Them shits look toe the fuck up. And now my room is simple. It's clean. I can look at the scenery while I do my readings. And I still can't get myself to masturbate without feeling guilty. Somebody help me. It's not, I don't feel guilty. Fuck that. I just know these motherfuckers. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Motherfuckers is watching me right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cleaning gives you the strong arms. Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not strong. I just like, I mop and sweep and do dishes a lot and clean walls. Like, you see these walls? This is bleach status right here, bitch. I'm on these walls like wax on, wax on, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. And the titty, and the left titty, and the right titty, left titty, left titty. Look, boxing gloves. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in a little while. Let me get a little bit of rest because my new cards came in, and bitch, I'm gonna do some readings tonight. Is the night I'm gonna do some readings for you guys. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, guys? I gotta go take a rest or something. Mwah.